What's up, guys? How are you doing today? It's your boy Ross Never Lost, and I'm gonna be coming at you guys with a little story time video today about the first time that I went to a party. So, this story takes place back in my freshman year of high school. I was about 14 at this time, and yeah, first year of high school. Anyways, this took place on a Friday, and I had just gotten out of school. I was just coming from my Spanish class, and I decided that I wanted to text my friend and see if he was doing anything that day. So I hit up my friend Jay. I was like, "Yo, what are you doing today? You doing anything after school?" And he said that he was hanging out with his two friends, Steven and Joe, over at Joe's house, and they were playing some basketball in Joe's yard. So I was like, alright, cool. And he asked me if I would like to come over too. And I was like, sure, thanks. And so I headed over there, and um, yeah, we were just hanging out, playing some basketball. We decided that we wanted to like find something else to do that night besides just play basketball. Because, we were getting kind of bored. We wanted to do something else. So we started Snapchats and texting different people in different group chats we were in, seeing if anyone was doing anything that night. And one of our friends, Sarah, ended up getting back to us after a little bit. And she was like, yeah, one of my friends is actually hosting a party tonight. You guys are welcome to come if you want to. And so we were like, awesome, thanks for letting us know. And we decided that we were gonna, before we went to the party, we were gonna go to this liquor store. There was a liquor store that was about 30 minutes away that we knew of that wouldn't ID you. And so we headed over there, and we got our stuff, and we decided to head over to this party. And we got there at about, I would say, like 7:30 or 8. And we walked in. It was pretty busy. There was a lot of people that were showing up around the time that we did, and we were in the living room at first, and we were just, looking around, seeing if we knew anyone. They were kind of looking at us like, and we didn't really know each other, so we just decided we were gonna go out in the backyard because there's more people out there. And so we went out in the backyard, and in the backyard we saw one of our friends. His name is Chase. We went over to Chase. We were like, yo, what's up, dude? How are you doing? And he's like, good, good. How are you guys doing? And we were like, great. And then he asked us if we'd like to go upstairs with him and smoke a little bit. And I wasn't really trying to do that at this point, but my other friends were interested in his offer, so we ended up going upstairs. I ended up joining him just because, like, why not? I didn't want to be left alone, so yeah, I just decided to go up there with them. And once we got up there, they found a little desk spot to roll up on. So I was like, alright. I thought they were gonna go outside to smoke it, but they decided that they were just gonna spark it up right in the room that they were in. So I was like, alright, I don't know if that's the best idea, but you know, it is what it is. after they smoked it up, it seemed like some people from downstairs ended up smelling it, and they were kind of agitated. They came up and they were like, "Hey, you guys cannot be doing that in here. You guys need to get out." And they were basically kicking us out. And but especially my friend Chase, they were grabbing him, like pulling him down the stairs because he was the one that was actually smoking at the time when they came up. So they were grabbing him, pulling him down the stairs. So we kind of took this as our cue to leave. So we were gonna leave out the back door. But as we were leaving out the back door, we saw that one of the cabinets was open in the kitchen, and there was a whole bunch more beverages, like adult beverages, you could say, in that cabinet. So that definitely piqued our interest, and we basically just grabbed as many of those as we could. And while we were doing this, we thought we were in the clear, but the guys ended up seeing us from the party, and he was like, "Hey, these guys are stealing, like get out here, we gotta get them." And we just ran as fast as we could out the door, and we jumped over the fence, and we went into the woods. There's a little woods area behind this house, and it was pretty rural where these people lived, like farmland, so there wasn't many other houses around. It was mostly just woods, so we were pretty much in the clear once we got into the woods. And Steven decided that he wanted to pick up a rock from the ground and throw it through their window. And I don't know why he did that. We all asked him, "Dude, why did you do that?" And he was like, that party was lame. Like, I wasn't trying to, I wasn't liking the energy in there, or whatever. So I just threw a rock through the window. And we were like, "Alright, man, but they're not gonna be happy about that. You saw what they were doing to Chase. Like, we gotta get out of here for sure now." As soon as we were gonna run out of the woods and back to Joe's car, we we realized that the guys were outside and we we realized that the guys were outside and they were like going up to all the cars because some people had started to leave, and they were going up to all the cars and they were looking in, like trying to find us, trying to find whoever threw the rock and was taking the alcohol and stuff. So we were like, "Oh no, what do we do?" And we were just sitting in the woods, kind of hoping that they would just leave after a while, but they didn't end up leaving. And then one of my friends, he was feeling the buzz for sure at this point, and he was kind of saying, "You know what, man, I got my pocket knife on me. We can just go down there. If they try anything, I'll do what I have to, man." And we're like, "No, what are you crazy? Can't do that." Like, it's so many guys get out of here and not jumped by these guys. So we end up woods for a while. We're calling our friends, trying to see if anyone can come and get us, and it's not looking good. Like we're asking all these people, and they're not like come to us because we're basically like we're like 40 minutes away from our town where we are. So most people don't wouldn't want to drive that far. And so once we but eventually we do find someone, a girl named Anna. She's like, "Alright, yeah, I can come get you guys, like, no problem." And she ends up we send her our location, and um she pulls up probably about 20 minutes later. The guys are still outside. We sent her a location that was a little bit down the street from where we were, and we were just gonna walk in the woods to get to her. And so that's exactly what we did. Once she got there, we just came out of the woods. We were a few minutes down the road, so we were out of sight from the guys, but um yeah, we ended up we ended up making it home safe after all that. Like, we did not think that we were gonna be able to make it out of that situation, but we did. So that was definitely a relief. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today's story time, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And please leave a like and subscribe if you did, and let me know if there's anything else that you would want to see in the future. So yeah, thank you guys.